Welcome to the Magica Grand Prix, where Wakwa have taken pole position, with Gunga in first and Fishili second. In third place is Vidgal, and in fourth is Natro. The Wakwas took pole position by a huge margin of nearly 3 seconds ahead of Vidgal. And with Wakwa leading both championships currently, this puts them in a position where they are very likely to extend that lead. But Vidgal, in third place, will be doing everything he can to make sure that doesn't happen. Fourth and seventh are the Monocrafts, who had clearly the fastest car in Titania. It'll be interesting to see whether they can move forward. And in fifth is Nironos, in the Fivi car, their best result of the season. In sixth place is Neuro, who won in Shaknup, had a pretty bad time in the Titania Grand Prix. Seventh place is Shrela. Eighth place is Nifiano in the other Fivi, and in ninth place is Roschamp in the Khmer Rock. Their results are getting slightly better at this point, and ignoring the fact that the two Wakwas were miles ahead of everyone, the Khmer Rock looks a bit closer to the leaders. In 18th place is Macaroni Racer. He has qualified Netania for their first race of the season. And in 23rd place is Cibarelli, who has qualified the Palafi for the first time this season. Cibarelli has had a very disappointing time this season, and he'll be hoping to score points here today. So, they're all on the grid, ready to go. Who's going to lead into the first corner? And away they go. It's a good start from Gunga, it looks like. They all get away well. And it's Gunga who does lead into the first corner. Wakwa first and second. Wakwa's advantage was so huge in qualifying that the other teams are questioning whether their car has some questionable aerodynamic parts on it. We'll see if they can pull away such a huge gap as they did in qualifying. And Fishili tries to pass his teammate. Doesn't quite make it. Gunga holds the lead. So they head up to the fourth corner. Vidgal staying reasonably close for now. We'll see whether the Wakwas can pull away. Very hot conditions here, 33 degrees, but not quite as hot as they were in qualifying. And it's Raxon who tries to go for a move on Falvin and ends up losing a place to Macaroni Racer. And now Balron's going around the outside of him. Razan losing many places, and Rayleigh tries to pass him as well. In the end, he has to settle for 15th. Here is Nironos' start. Already qualified very well. He made a good start as well, passing Natro. Very good start to the season for Fivi in their first season of NGP. This is Valzo making a very good start, gaining 3 positions straight away and getting past Roschamp, who has a bit of a challenge into the second corner, but doesn't quite manage to make it. And here's Nayamin and the other Vanox. Great start from both Vanox's cars. They clearly have the best car off the line. Every race this season we've seen the Vanox have been pretty bad in qualifying, relatively to what they would expect, but they always manage to make it up in the race. Roschamp himself has gained 1 position, so things seem to be going a little better here for the defending champion. And Euro spins out! Euro has spun out in the third corner. So after winning in Shakna, Euro's season is starting to go downhill. With a bad result in Netania, and now spinning out here. He's got a lot of work to do now. Down in 18th place. So, as they're on the second lap, Fishili's not letting his teammate get away. It is the two Wakwas who lead with over 3 seconds of gap to Sandaknor now, with Vidgal. That Wakwa's car seems to be the best car in both the straights and the corners. No one can seem to get near to them around this track. Nitro, and this is one of the Vanoxes. It's Nayamin. He's pulling into the pits. He must have a technical problem, and he has retired the car. Terrible result for Nayamin, as Gunga crosses the line to start the third lap. Fishili just staying within touch, but Gunga slowly pulling out a gap. Vidgel dropping away in 3rd place, and there goes Nifiano spinning around. And he's damaged the car. That'll take a long time to repair. Here's Neuro, he's made his way back up into 15th position, and here's Rayleigh going for a move on Grazan. Grazan manages to hold him off for now. Rayleigh will want to be closing up on his teammate. He is just ahead of Grazan. Here's Nitro chasing down Nironos. That Vivi car seems to be very fast down the straight though. Here's another car that's very fast down the straight behind Nitro. It's Valzo. Up 4 places since the start. He's found his way past Trailer. The monocraft cars don't seem to be quite as quick as they were in Latania. And here is Rayleigh trying to pass Neuro. And there's contact. Oh, and their wheels have become interlocked. And they're both in the wall. Disaster for those two. Oh, and Rayleigh reverses back into Malcolm. You won't have seen that one coming, it's quite a blind corner. But they all have all gone going again. We'll see if Malcolm has any kind of damage. So this is what happened. Neuro tries to go for an overtake on both Grazan and Rayleigh at the same time. He gets past Rayleigh first, then Grazan into turn 1, and he thinks he's got the job done. But then Rayleigh comes back down the inside. Oh, that was an ambitious move from Rayleigh there. I don't think that was ever going to work. And Grazan can't believe his luck and is free of both of them. Now let's see what happens here with Malcolm. He comes around the corner to see Rayleigh reversing into him. Well, I think Rayleigh was at fault for that as well. There's Nironos with an engine failure. He was going so well in the Fivi. And for the third race in a row, Nironos will not score points. Here's Macaroni Racer running in 10th place for Natania. Incredible drive from him. This is the first time that Natania have run in a race since Season 10 that they were banned due to having an unsafe car. Macaroni Racer, oh, that car looks very hard to drive, but he's driving pretty quickly with it. In 10th place, there'll be a load of points if he can hold on to it. Here's Raschamp running in 7th place. That would be Kamerok's best result of the season if he could hold it. And that really does go to show how bad Kamerok have been this season. That car does not have the straight line speed that it normally has, and it's not particularly great in the corners either. It's 4 seconds a lap off the pace of the leading Wackbars, who admittedly are seconds faster than anyone. And Valdo closing in on Nitro. That straight is not quite long enough. We'll have to wait until after the twisty section. Up the hill is where Vanox will have the best chance of passing. The monocraft car is pretty good through the twisty sections. And we normally see, as we did in Netania, the monocraft cars tend to be better towards the end of the race as they're quite light on their tyres. The two of them are dropping trailer. Here's Gunga trying to lap Zazo. Oh, and there's contact. I'm not sure if Gunga expected to get Zazo to get out of the way more, or Zazo didn't expect Gunga to turn in so much, but they've hit each other, and that's allowed Fishy Lee to take the lead. The size of the lead that the Wakwars had is such that Gunga still holds 2nd place. So it's now Fishy Lee, followed by Gunga. Vidgal remains in 3rd, Nitro 4th. Valzo is looking to take the position and he's taken it. We'll see if Nitro can come back at him. Of course that Vanox engine is very powerful. It'll be hard to beat it in a straight line. And Valzo does look like he's held the position. The skies are darkening at this Tikako circuit. It looks like there's a few spots of rain. So that's going to add a real extra element to this race. It's a complication that the leaders definitely didn't need. They will have all-weather tyres as per the rules this season now, so they won't have to make a tyre change onto wet tyres. But it will be interesting to see which of the tyre manufacturers have made a tyre that works better in wet conditions. The track is clearly getting wetter now. You can see the spots of rain on the windshield of the car, whoever that was. It's not wet enough yet, but it is wet enough that there's some spray now coming up from the tyres. And of course, the tyres are pretty worn at this point, so they're really going to be sliding around. It's going to be very difficult. We'll see if this is just a light shower, or whether it's going to turn into something more. It seems pretty heavy right now. Gunga is closed back up on Fishy Lee. Clearly Gunga's liking these wetter conditions more than Fishy Lee is. And here's Macaroni Racer. He's really struggling to control the car. And here's Gunga. And he's hit Malcolm who's spun. Malcolm a lap down, spun across the track in front of him, and that's cost Gunga a huge amount of time. You don't see Malcolm spin very much, but obviously he's not liking these wet conditions. The DLP car has been very slow this season, and obviously the wet just makes it even harder to control. Here's Grazan, running in 12th place, turning into an okay race from Camaro, but this would really be an opportunity in these conditions for Raschamp to show his skill. There's Balron, trying to get past Macaroni Racer. Oh, and there's Vidgal! He was in 3rd place and he's spun off. Clearly the wet conditions became a bit too much for him. You can really see just how wet the track is now. Let's see what happens. He's coming up behind Malcolm. Tries to go to the outside, and oh, he just loses the back end. And round he goes. Disaster for Vidgal. And the whole Sant'Agnò team, with Neuro pretty much out of contention as well. Vidgal managed to get back going again in 6th place, as Balron goes right around the outside of Macaroni Racer. The Netania car really struggling in these conditions, it seems. And we've heard that Macaroni Racer has been called into the pit lane. I'm not sure if this is a technical problem that he has, or whether they're just doing a stop for fresh tyres. Macaroni Racer may have decided, as you can see he's clearly struggling to keep it going even in a straight line. Macaroni Racer might have decided that he doesn't want to face these conditions with old worn out tyres. And who can blame him? He's going to lose a lot of time. In he comes. And he drops down out of the top 10. So it's now Nitro in 3rd place after Vidgal spun out. And here's Gunga. Oh, and he loses it trying to get past the lapped Pralex. And he has he lost the place to Nitro? I think so, yes. And Valzo. Oh, Valzo's up in 2nd place now. Of course he was past Nitro. That makes sense. Yes. So here is the Gunga of the Wakwa of Gunga. He seems to be having a very hard time in these conditions as Strehler nearly spins. And that is Gunga there. And in these conditions, it does seem like all of the cars are becoming near impossible to control. The track is completely flooded at this point. Vidgal trying to recover from his mistake, but it's just so hard to keep the car going in a straight line, let alone round the corners. His Valzo can't even use full throttle, because he'll just spin out if he does. And he is in 2nd place and pulling out a gap over Nitro. Here is Balron, I think, and he has to deal with a spinning out Zendai Callow car. Here's Raschamp, going pretty well in these horrible conditions, closing up on Vidgal. The gap is now 7 seconds. We'll see what he can do. 7th place would already be the best result of Camaro this season. Oh, and Gunga spins out again. Obviously, those tyres have really had it at this point. He'll be wishing he'd done what Macaroni Race. And there's Strehler spinning out. And if even Strehler's spinning off, then you know that these conditions are truly impossible to keep going in. Gunga's off again. Zazi's in the wall. Vidgal's just about keeping it going. Raschamp spun round, but he's got Falvin to get him going again. Though, I'm not sure if Raschamp's car is still running. Doesn't sound like it. It seems like more like Falvin's just pushing Raschamp's dead car down the track. Disaster for Raschamp and Falvin. Here's Gunga, still in 5th place despite all his spins. Does go to show how far ahead that Blackwell car was. Fishy Lee at this point has a 12-second lead. You just see, trying to negotiate past all the cars that are spun out, and he spins out himself, but still keeps going. Doesn't lose too much time. There's Ross Champion Falvin there. Doesn't really know quite what to do. He's probably expecting that the race is about to be stopped, but the timer's running out, so they'll finish at the end of this lap anyway, and Macaroni Racer spins out and Neuro hits it. So here comes Fishy Lee through the final 3 corners, and Valzo's gone off, and that lets the 2 monocraft cars come through. It's complete chaos here in Matago. Fishy Lee coming up the hill. And surely he is going to take Wakwa's first win on their comeback to NGP. And he does it. An incredible race. Now, who's going to be second? Could be any of these guys. Shreyla, Natro, Valzo. All depends on who can keep their car going without spinning off. And you can see that the visibility is just nothing. Shreyla, stuck in the spray of Zazo's lapped car, can barely see where it's going. Here's Natro. He's going into the pits because he's got damage, and he spins out. It's actually the rule in NGP that if you have damage, you must come into the pits for repairs. Well, he has a lot more, even if it's on the last lap. Well, he has a lot more damage to repair now, but he will cross the line in 4th place. Here's Gunga, looking to hold on to 5th place. Vijgal, he has to come into the pits as well. His car's damaged. Is he going to make it? No, he also spins out. They can't even get back into the pit lane without losing it, and that's moved Bowron up into 6th place. Here are the Zendai Callow cars. Falvin is a lap down after that incident with Rascham, but Vaughn will come across the line to finish 8th. Very strong result from Zendai Callow. And here is Kauran in the struggling Pralex team, who had a very disappointing season so far. Surely he will come across the line to finish 10th. No, he's spun, and he's lost the car. And that's going to let Graxon go through into 10th place. In 12th place is Macaroni Racer for Netania. In the end, his decision to put a set of fresh tyres on probably was a good one, as he was one of the few that weren't spinning out at the end. And that's a good load of points for the Netania team. As Rayleigh nearly spins out in the pit lane entrance, they're just trying to get back to the pit lane to finish the race, get their cars back for repairs. The race is over. They still can't control their cars even after the race is finished. And